You woke up. It's the middle of the night, and that's okay. You don't have to do anything now but be here and breathe. Nothing is wrong. You are just awake in the dark, and that is allowed. Let your eyes stay closed. There is nothing to look at, nothing to check, nothing you have to solve in this moment. Just this, just the sound of a calm voice and the slow rise and fall of your own breathing. Maybe you woke up at 3 a.m. and can't go back to sleep. Maybe your mind is already racing at 3 a.m., running ahead of you toward the morning. Maybe you wake up at this same hour every single night and you're tired of it and you're lying here wondering why. If any of that is you, then you're in the right place. You found the right voice for right now. You can stop searching. You can set the phone down beside you, face down, and let it go dark, and let me carry the next little while for you. Here's the first thing, the truest thing, and I want you to hear it before anything else. Right now, all over the world, millions of people are awake just like you. In the dark, in a bed, in the middle of their own night. Someone is staring at the same ceiling in a city you'll never visit. Someone is lying still, listening to the same quiet. Someone just woke, the way you woke, with the same heavy feeling in their chest. You are not the only one awake. You are not alone in this. Not tonight, not for 1 second of it. The whole quiet world is full of people breathing in the dark, and you are simply one of them, and that is a very ordinary, very human thing to be. And I'll say one small, honest thing gently just once, and then we'll let it rest. This is a calming place to lie down and settle, not medical advice. If you're waking most nights, and it's wearing you down, and it's been going on a long time, a doctor really can help with that in the daylight when the offices are open. But that's a morning thought. That's not for now. For now, there is nothing to fix, and no one to call, and nothing to decide. There is only this room, and this bed, and your breath, and time passing softly until sleep comes back to find you, because it will, it always does. Sleep hasn't left you. It's just in the next room, and we're going to sit quietly until it drifts back in. So let's begin where you actually are, not in tomorrow, not in the list of things waiting for you, but here, in this real room, on this real bed. Feel the weight of your body. Feel how heavy you already are lying here. The mattress is holding all of it, every pound of you, the whole length of you, held up completely so that you don't have to hold anything at all. Notice that. Your body is being carried right now, and it has been the whole time, whether you noticed it or not. You could not fall. There is nothing to grip. The bed has you. Feel the covers over you, the particular weight of them, the way they rest across your legs, across your chest, tucked somewhere near your shoulder. Feel the small warmth they've made, the pocket of heat your own body has built up under there while you slept and after you woke. That warmth is yours. You made it just by being alive and lying still. And past the edge of the covers, feel the cooler air of the room on whatever part of you is uncovered. Your face, maybe a hand, maybe a foot slipped out into the open. Feel the little line where warm meets cool. It's a small thing. It's a real thing. It's happening right now in the actual room, and it has nothing at all to do with tomorrow. Feel where your head rests, the pillow taking the whole weight of it, and your head is heavy, heavier than people think, and you don't have to hold it up, not by a fraction of an inch. Let it be as heavy as it is. Let the pillow do its one job. Feel your cheek, or the back of your skull, sinking down into the softness there. Listen to the quiet, not straining for anything, just letting the sounds of the night be what they are. Maybe there's a hum somewhere, a fridge, a fan, the low sound of the building or the wind. Maybe there's near total silence, that thick 3 a.m. silence that can feel so lonely when you're the only one awake to hear it. But you're not the only one. Remember, all those others all over the world, lying in their own quiet right now. You're all listening to the dark together in a way. The silence isn't empty. It's just resting, the same as you're about to. There is no clock in this. I want you to notice that too. You don't need to know what time it is. Whatever number is on that phone, whatever number is glowing on some clock across the room, don't go looking for it. It won't help you, it never has. Checking the time in the middle of the night only ever does one thing. It hands your tired mind a fresh problem to chew on: how many hours are left, how few, how little sleep you'll get, how bad tomorrow will be. That math is a trap. So we're not going to do it. The time is the middle of the night. That's all you need. That's the only time it is. And in the middle of the night, the only thing being asked of you is to rest. Not to sleep on command, just to rest. Just to lie here in the dark and let the body be still. That is enough. That is already enough. Now let's talk softly about what's happening in your mind, because I know it isn't quiet in there. I know that while your body is lying still, some part of your brain has already gotten up and started pacing, already started reaching toward tomorrow, toward the thing you have to do, the conversation you're dreading, the mistake you think you made, the money, the person, the deadline, the whole heavy pile of it. And every one of those thoughts at this hour arrives feeling enormous, feeling urgent, feeling like a catastrophe you have to solve right now, in the dark, immediately. Here is what I want you to understand, because it's true, and because knowing it takes some of the power out of it. That feeling is not the truth about your life. It's the hour. It's just the hour. Let me explain it plainly, the way it actually works. When you wake in the deep middle of the night, your brain doesn't come back online all at once, all together, evenly. The old, fast, watchful part of it wakes up first, the part whose whole ancient job is to scan for danger, to sound the alarm, to keep you alive. That part is quick, and it's loud, and it doesn't ask questions. And the other part, the slow, wise, reasoning part, the part of you that in daylight can look at a worry and say, okay, that's real, but it's manageable, and here's the perspective, and here's what we'll actually do. That part is still half asleep. It's slower to arrive. It's still warming up in the back. So for a while in the dark, you're running on just the alarm, just the smoke detector, with no one home yet to check whether there's actually a fire. And so every worry that floats up gets stamped automatically with the same red urgent label: danger, danger, catastrophe now. A thought that in the afternoon would be a 2-minute item on a to-do list becomes, at 3 a.m., the end of everything. Not because it grew, because the part of you that keeps things sized correctly hasn't clocked in yet. That's all this is, that racing, dreading, spiraling feeling. It isn't wisdom. It isn't your life finally telling you the truth at last in the honest dark. It's a tired alarm going off in an empty house. The catastrophes you're feeling right now are not real catastrophes. They're ordinary daytime things, wearing the oversized costume the night puts on them. And in the morning, genuinely, I promise you this, because you have lived it 100 times and forgotten it 100 times. In the morning, when the reasoning part of you is awake and warm and back at its desk, you will look at these very same thoughts and they will have shrunk back to their normal size. Some of them will even seem a little silly, that they loomed so large. That's not a trick. That's just what daylight does. That's the slow, wise part of you coming back online and resizing everything correctly. So you don't have to argue with the spiral tonight. That's the beautiful part. You don't have to solve it or answer it or win against it. You just have to recognize it for what it is, the alarm running ahead of the reason. And you can say to it gently, without any fight, "Not now, not you, not now, you're early. The rest of me will handle this in the morning when it's awake. Right now we rest." Because none of it can be solved at this hour anyway. Truly, there is not one problem in your entire life that is going to be fixed between now and dawn while you lie here in the dark. Not one. The offices are closed. The people are asleep. Nothing can be sent or said or decided or repaired right now. So the mind's insistence that you deal with it all this instant is not just painful. It's pointless. It's asking you to fight a battle that has no field in the middle of the night alone. And you're allowed to decline. You're allowed to set the whole pile down right here on the floor beside the bed and say, "It will all still be there in the morning, and I will pick it up then with a rested mind and the daylight on my side. Not now. Now I rest." Set it down, whatever it is, set it down, You're not throwing it away. You're not being irresponsible. You're just putting it where it belongs, which is tomorrow. Let the shoulders drop a ½ inch as you do. Let the jaw loosen. There's nothing to carry in your sleep. And now that the mind has somewhere to be, which is nowhere, which is here, let's give the body the one signal it actually listens to. Let's breathe. Not in any strained or complicated way. You don't have to breathe perfectly. You just have to let the out-breath grow a little longer than the in-breath, because that one small thing is the body's own private switch for powering down. When the breath out is longer than the breath in, something deep and old in your nervous system reads it as safe now. We're safe, we can stand down, we can let go. You don't have to believe it for it to work. The body believes it. The body has always believed it. We're just going to speak to the body in the one language it never argues with. So let's take a slow breath in now, through the nose if you can. Gently, no need to fill all the way, no strain. In. And now let it fall back out slowly, longer than it came in, like a long soft sigh with no sound. All the way out, let it empty. Good. Again, breathe in, slow and easy. Just an ordinary amount of air, nothing forced. And out, longer, slower, let it leave on its own weight. Let the whole front of your body soften as the air goes, all the way down to empty. And rest a moment in that emptiness before the next one comes. There's no rush to the next breath. Let it arrive when it arrives. In. And out, long, slow. Let the shoulders come down with it this time. Let them melt back toward the bed. Good, that's it. Feel how, with each out-breath, you sink a little further into the mattress, as though the breath leaving is also some of the tension leaving, some of the holding, some of the day. Breathe in the quiet dark of the room. And breathe out longer and let yourself get heavier. Let the bed take a little more of you each time. You don't have to keep counting or timing anything. Just keep that gentle shape to it in your own rhythm, the out always a little longer than the in, and let your breathing slide back to being something you don't have to run at all. It knows how. It was breathing you the whole time you slept, without a single instruction. Let it go back to that. You just borrowed it for a moment to send the signal. The signal is sent. Safe now, we can let go. And as the breath softens and slows on its own, let's begin to let the body down, slowly, piece by piece. There is nowhere to be and nothing to reach, so we can take this as slowly as it wants to go. Start at the very top of your head, the scalp. Let it soften. There's a surprising amount of quiet holding that lives up there, along the scalp and around the ears, and you can just let it release, let it spread out. Let the scalp feel loose and heavy against the pillow. Let it flow down into your forehead. Let the forehead go smooth. Let the space between your eyebrows, that little place where the whole day gathers and knots itself up, let it unknot. Let it be wide and easy, nothing to frown about in the dark. Let your eyes grow heavy in their sockets, not held shut, not squeezed, just resting closed, the lids soft and weightless, the eyes themselves still and heavy, sinking back. Let all the tiny muscles around them, the ones that have been working all day long, finally stop. Let them be done. Let your cheeks soften and fall. Let your jaw come loose. Let the teeth part just slightly, so the jaw isn't holding anything, isn't clenched, isn't set. Let it hang heavy and easy. So much tension hides in the jaw, and you can let all of it go now. Let the whole lower face go slack and warm and heavy. Let your tongue rest soft in your mouth. Let your throat be soft. Let the whole face, top to bottom, be as heavy and unbothered as a face that's already deep asleep, because it's on its way there and there's nothing left for it to do. And feel that softness, that heaviness, begin to pour slowly down the back of your neck, down into your shoulders, those shoulders that carry so much, that creep up toward the ears all day without you ever noticing. Let them drop now. Let them slide down away from your ears and melt back into the bed. Feel them get heavy. Feel them let go of a weight they've been holding so long they forgot they were holding it. And let it keep flowing, warm and slow, down from the shoulders into the arms, down through the upper arms, past the elbows, down the forearms, all the way to the wrists, the hands, and out through every finger. Let your arms get heavy, really heavy, too heavy to lift, and no reason to lift them. Let them lie exactly where they are, sinking, warm, done. Feel your hands go soft and open and still. And feel how the weight of them, lying there so heavy, presses down and lets the whole upper body know it's safe to follow. Let that heaviness move now into your chest, not the breath is already taking care of itself, but the chest itself, the ribs, the broad flat muscles across the front of you that rise and fall so gently now you'd hardly know they were moving. Let them soften. Let the chest feel wide and unhurried and open, like something that has finally been allowed to stop bracing. There's a way the chest holds on through a long day, holds itself a little forward, a little tight, ready for the next thing, and there is no next thing now, there's only this. So let the chest be soft, let it be broad and slow and easy, and let the warmth that started up at the scalp keep pouring down through it, unhurried, like something warm being poured very slowly into a bowl and finding every low place to settle. Let it spill around to your back, to the long muscles that run either side of the spine, the ones pressed against the mattress right now, taking your weight. Feel how much of you the bed is holding along that whole line, from the base of your skull all the way down. You don't have to hold your own back up. You haven't for a while now. The bed has it. So let those long muscles let go of the last little bit they're still gripping, the small holding you can't quite feel until it releases. And then it releases, and the back goes heavier and sinks a little deeper, and the mattress rises up just slightly to meet it. Let your spine be a soft, heavy rope laid down in warm sand. Nothing to keep straight, nothing to keep upright, just laid down and warm and still. And let all of that heaviness gather now in your belly. Let the belly go soft. This is one of the last places we let go, the belly, one of the places we hold without ever deciding to, all through the day, a quiet clench low in the middle of us, and you can let it unclench now. Let it be round and slow and soft. Let it be warm. Let it move only with the breath, rising a little, falling a little, in its own slow time, asking nothing of you. There is a deep animal quiet that lives in a soft belly, the quiet of something that knows, all the way down, that it is safe for the night. Let yourself have that. Let the middle of you be warm and heavy and completely unguarded, because there is nothing out there in the dark that you need to guard against. The doors are shut. The night is doing what the night does. You are allowed to be this soft. Let the warmth pour on down, into the hips, into that wide, heavy cradle of you that holds so much of your weight against the bed. Let the hips be heavy. Let them widen and settle and sink. Let them give up the small, constant work of holding you just so. Feel them get loose in their sockets, the big joints where the legs meet the body, and let them roll open just a little, just however they want to fall when nothing is holding them. That's it. Nothing to hold. Let the weight of your whole lower body pool down into the mattress there, and feel how good it is to be that heavy, that unheld, that done. And down through the legs now, slow, the warmth moving down through the big muscles of the thighs, the strongest muscles you have, the ones that carried you through every step of the day, all those steps you never counted. Let them be finished now. Let them go loose and heavy and warm from the top of the leg down to the knee. Let the knees soften, let them unlock, let them be easy. Down through the calves, and feel any last tightness there just melt and run out, like warmth running down through the lower legs and pooling at the ankles. Let the ankles go loose. Let the feet fall open however they fall, and out through the feet, all the way out through the soles and the toes. Let the very last of the day's holding drain away and disappear, down and out, gone into the dark, leaving the whole long length of you warm and weighted and still from the crown of your head to the tips of your toes. The whole body down, the whole body given to the bed, nothing left anywhere that has to do anything at all. And now that the body is down, just rest in the weight of it for a while. There's no rush to do anything with this. This heaviness you're feeling, this warm sinking pull all through you, that's not something going wrong. That's the oldest, safest feeling there is. That's the body finally trusting the ground beneath it. Some part of us spends the whole day very quietly braced, holding a little of our own weight even when we're sitting, even when we're lying down, some old habit of being ready. And what you're feeling now is that bracing letting go, layer under layer, deeper than you usually let it. Let it keep going. However heavy you feel right now, you can let yourself be a little heavier. There's always another layer under the one you've reached. Just keep setting it down. Imagine, if it helps, that you're lying on warm sand at the very end of a long day, the kind of sand that's been holding the sun's heat for hours and gives it back up slowly into your back and your legs, warm from underneath, and every place your body touches it, the sand shifts just slightly and rises to fit you, so there are no hard edges anywhere, nothing pressing, just a warm shape made exactly for the shape of you. And the more still you lie, the more it holds you, the deeper you settle into that warm giving hollow. You could not fall. There is nowhere to fall to. The ground is already holding you as low goes, so there's nothing to keep hold of, nothing to keep upright, nothing to keep watch over. You can let the last of you go slack and let the warm ground have all of it. And around you the quiet, not an empty quiet, a full one, the soft particular quiet of the deep middle of the night, when the traffic has thinned to almost nothing and the house has made all the small settling sounds it's going to make and gone still. That quiet isn't a lack of something, it's a presence. It's the sound of the whole world resting. And if a sound does come, a car somewhere far off, the house ticking as it cools, the wind finding a corner of the roof, let it come and let it go, and notice how it doesn't actually disturb anything. It arrives at the edge of the quiet and the quiet just closes over it again, soft, unbothered, like a stone dropped into deep water and the water going smooth again above it. Sounds can come and go all night, and the deep quiet underneath them never breaks. You can rest down there, underneath the sounds, in the part that never breaks. And remember, in that quiet, you are not keeping this watch alone. All through this same dark, in this city and every city, there are people lying just as you are lying now, warm under the covers, awake a while, then not, then awake, then softening back down. Someone across town has just turned their pillow to the cool side and closed their eyes. Someone in the next time zone is stirring and settling again without ever fully waking. Someone far across the water is lying in their own dark room, breathing slow, thinking the night is theirs alone, the way you might have thought it was yours alone. It isn't. It's a shared thing this hour. A quiet company of the resting spread out all across the turning world, no one of them speaking, no one of them needing to, all of them doing the same simple human thing, lying down in the dark and letting the day be over. You're one of them tonight. You're held inside that wide, soft company. There's nothing you have to carry, that the whole sleeping world isn't setting down at exactly the same time. So there's nothing to solve tonight, nothing to figure out. Whatever was turning in your mind when you first woke, and something usually is, some worry that felt enormous in the dark, you can let it be small again now. It only felt that big because of the hour. In the deep of the night, the mind sizes everything up too large. It's just what the mind does at this hour, and it isn't the truth of your life, it's only the dark talking. The morning will cut all of it back down to its real size, the way morning always does. So you don't have to reach for it now. You don't have to turn it over one more time. You can set it on the floor beside the bed, gently, the way you'd set down something you'll pick up later, and know that it will still be there in the light if it truly needs you, and that most of it won't. Most of it will have shrunk to nothing by morning. Set it down. Let your hands be empty. There is nothing you need to be holding while you sleep. Let your breathing stay slow and let it stay low, down in that soft belly, moving on its own. You don't have to shape it anymore. It's found its own slow rhythm now, the rhythm of a body going down into sleep, and it will keep it without you. Each breath out is just a little longer, a little quieter, a little more like a sigh that never has to end, and each breath out takes you down another small step. Out and down, out and down. Like walking down a long, shallow staircase in the warm dark, one soft step at a time, and every step is lower and warmer and further from the day, and there's no bottom you have to reach, no door you have to get to, only the going down itself, slow and easy and endless. You can take that staircase as slowly as you like. You have the whole night. There is so much night left, and all of it is yours to sink through. Feel the warmth again all through you. Feel how it's pooled now in the heaviest, lowest parts of you, the backs of the shoulders, the base of the spine, the hips, the backs of the legs, the heels, all the places pressed into the bed, all warm, all heavy, all held. And feel how the bed hasn't moved this whole time. It's just been there, steady, patient, taking whatever weight you gave it and asking for nothing back. It will be there all night. You don't have to check. You don't have to hold any part of yourself in reserve in case it isn't. It is. Give it the rest. Give it the very last of the weight you've been keeping. Let yourself be a thing that is fully, completely put down. And if the mind drifts up again, and it might, a thought floating up out of the dark, a fragment of tomorrow, a scrap of something from the day, that's all right. That's not a failure. That's just the mind doing its quiet drifting the way a boat drifts on still water when the rope is loose. You don't have to chase the thought and you don't have to fight it either. Just notice it has floated up and let it float back down and come back to the weight of your body and the warmth and the slow breath out. The thought will lose interest. They always do when you stop feeding them. It'll thin and fade, and the warm heaviness will still be here underneath it, patient, waiting to take you back down. There's nothing you can think tonight that's more important than this rest. The thinking can wait. It will keep. Let it thin out into the dark and let yourself go heavy again. Heavier now. Let the word itself do a little of the work. Heavy. Let it settle over you like one more blanket laid gently down. Your eyelids heavy. Your arms so heavy now you've half forgotten where they are. Your legs heavy, sunk into the warm sand of the bed. The back of your head heavy against the pillow, pressing a soft, warm hollow into it. All of you drawn downward by the oldest, gentlest pull there is, the same slow pull that holds the tide against the shore and the leaf against the ground and every sleeping body against its bed all over the dark side of the world tonight. You don't have to work against it. You never did. You can just say yes to it all the way and let it carry you down as far down as it wants to take you, which is deep and warm and dreamless and safe. There's nowhere else you need to be. This right here, warm, heavy, breathing slow in the dark, this is the only place there is tonight, and it asks nothing of you. You have already done everything the day required. It's finished. It's behind you now, folded up and set away, and the next day hasn't begun and doesn't need you yet, won't need you for hours and hours. This long, dark middle stretch belongs to nothing but rest. So there is nothing to be late for, nothing to prepare, nothing to remember, nothing to decide. All of that lives in the daylight, and the daylight is a long way off. Here there is only the warm weight of you and the slow breath and the deep steady quiet holding you the way it's holding half the sleeping world. Let the edges of you begin to blur a little now. That soft thing that happens right before sleep, where you stop being able to feel exactly where your hand ends and the sheet begins, where the outline of your body goes vague and warm and you can't quite tell anymore how you're lying. Let that come. That blurring is sleep moving in close. Don't reach out to check the edges. Let them go soft. Let the sense of your own shape loosen and spread and melt out into the warmth, until you're less a body lying in a bed and more just a warm heaviness in the dark. A slow breath, a quiet sinking down. That's the doorway. You're right at it. You don't have to step through. It isn't a door you walk through. It's one you sink through and you're already sinking. just keep letting go. And notice now that the breath is going on without you. That slow breath out that you were guiding a little while ago, you don't have to guide it anymore. It has taken over itself. It's breathing you now, the way it breathed you every night of your life before you ever thought to listen to it, the way it will keep breathing you long after you've let go of the last thread of attention tonight. You can hand it back. That's one more thing you can set down, the watching of the breath. Let it fall out of your hands and keep going on its own, slow and low, and even rising a little, falling a little longer, with no one minding it. It knows the way. It has always known the way. Your body has done this tens of thousands of times, this exact quiet crossing, and not once did it need you awake to do it. Because this is old, what's happening to you now? Older than anything you carry in the daylight. Long before there were rooms or beds or roofs or words for any of it, there was this, a warm body going still in the dark, the breath slowing, the weight settling, the day releasing its grip. Every creature that has ever lived has laid itself down like this and let the dark take it. Every one of your own long line, back and back further than you can imagine, closed their eyes in some dim safe place and did exactly this. You are not learning something tonight. You are remembering something. It's written all the way down inside you in the oldest part, underneath the part that worries, a deep, quiet knowing of how to let go and be carried through the night to the other side. You don't have to reach for it. You only have to stop holding it off. And you've stopped now. You've set it all down. So the old knowing can come up from underneath and do what it has always done. Let it come up. Let it take you. And listen, if you like, to how quiet it is. Not an empty quiet, a full one, a soft one, the kind of quiet that has a texture to it, that seems to press gently in from all sides like something warm and dark and loose woven. Maybe there's a small sound somewhere out at the edge of it, the low hum of the house, the faint shift of air, something far off and unhurried. Let that sound stay far away. You don't have to move toward it or wonder about it. Let it be a small stitch at the very edge of a very large quiet, and let the quiet be the thing you rest in. That whole wide hush belongs to the middle of the night. It only comes out at this hour. In the daylight, it hides under all the noise, but now, when almost everything has gone still, the quiet comes out and fills the whole dark, and it's yours to sink into. Let it close over you softly, the way still water closes over a stone that's slipped beneath the surface. No splash, no struggle, just a slow, silent settling down and down into somewhere deeper and calmer than the surface ever was. And down there, beneath the surface of the quiet, nothing can reach you. Not the day behind you, not the day ahead. The small sounds can't reach you. The last few thoughts can't reach you. You've sunk below the level where things reach. It's warmer down here and darker and slower, and there is a great soft weight of quiet resting over you like deep water rests over the deep floor of the sea, that place far down where nothing moves quickly, where everything drifts, where the storms up top never come. Some part of you has always known how to go there. It's going there now. You can feel the whole weight of the quiet settling you deeper, pressing you gently down past thinking, past listening, past even the wish to sleep, into the plain warm dark where there is nothing to do but be there and breathe and be carried. Let yourself be carried. You are not walking anymore tonight. You are not going anywhere under your own effort. You're being carried the way a small boat is carried on a slow river in the dark, not steered, not rowed, just held on the surface of something patient and moving, drifting along without any hand on it, turning slowly, going wherever the water goes. The current knows the way. It's very slow, this current, and very gentle, and it's carrying you further and further from the bright, loud shore of being awake, out into the wide, dark middle where the water is smooth and black and warm, and there's no sound but the soft going along of it. You don't have to look where you're headed. You don't have to keep watch. The night is carrying you, sure and slow and safe, and all you have to do, the only thing left to do, is lie back in it and let it. And you're not the only small boat out on that dark water tonight. All across the world, drifting in the same slow current, There are others, awake a while ago like you, restless like you, and now one by one, letting go of the shore and being carried out into the same wide, warm dark. You can't see them and they can't see you, but they're there all around, a whole quiet company of people the night is carrying toward morning. Some further along than you, already deep and dreaming. Some just now closing their eyes. A great slow drift of sleeping and settling souls, spread out across all the dark half of the earth, every one of them let go of the day, every one of them being carried the same way you are. You slipped into good company tonight. There's nothing lonely about this hour once you feel how full of quiet company it really is. You're one small warm light among thousands, going out gently, one by one, all the way around the turning world. Let your light go soft now. It doesn't have to shine. It doesn't have to stay lit for anyone. There's nothing you're keeping watch over, no one who needs you awake tonight, nothing that will come undone if you stop holding the light up. You can let it dim and settle down to the lowest warm ember of itself, just enough to keep you warm through the dark, not enough to keep you awake. That low ember is all sleep is. It isn't a going out. It's a banking down, the way you'd bank a fire for the night, draw the warm coals close together, cover them soft, and let them glow low and safe till morning, when they'll come back up bright all on their own. You don't lose the fire by letting it go low. You keep it. You keep it best of all this way, so let it sink to embers now. Let the bright day flame of your mind burn all the way down to a low, warm, red, patient glow, banked and covered and safe in the dark, asking nothing, giving off nothing but a little heat, waiting quietly for a morning that will come without any help from you. And the morning will come. That's the last thing to set down, even the wondering about whether sleep will come, whether morning will come, whether you'll feel all right. It will come, it always has. Every single dark you've ever lain awake in has ended, without exception. In a morning, the light always came back, the day always started up again, whether you slept well or poorly, whether you worried or didn't. The morning has never once failed to arrive, and it isn't going to start failing tonight. So you can stop holding the door open for it. You can stop watching for it down the long dark hall of the hours. It knows the way here. It's already on its way, coming up slow behind the curve of the world, and it will get here whether you meet it awake, or far better, meet it out of a deep, warm sleep you sank into now and won't remember leaving. Let the morning take care of itself. It doesn't need you tonight. Nothing needs you tonight. That's the whole gift of this hour, if you'll take it. For these few long, dark hours, absolutely nothing in the world requires a single thing of you. So there's nothing left to do. Feel how true that is. Not a comforting thing someone's telling you, an actual plain fact of this exact moment. There is nothing to do. There is nowhere to be. There is no one to be. Even you can set down the whole daytime weight of being someone, being the one who handles it, being the one who worries, being the one who has to get up and do it all again. You can put that person down at the edge of the bed like a heavy coat and step out of it, and lie here as just a warm, quiet, breathing thing in the dark, with no name it has to answer to for hours. All of that will be waiting, folded on the chair when the light comes. It'll still fit. It'll still be yours, but not now. Now you get to be no one, going nowhere, warm and heavy and carried, and that is exactly, precisely enough. Let the breath go even slower. There's no hurry in it now. Let each slow breath out be a little longer and a little emptier than the one before, until the breathing is barely more than a slow warm tide going out, and out, and out, each one carrying a little more of you off with it, a little more weight, a little more thought, a little more of the day, until there's almost nothing left up here on the surface to carry away, and what's left is soft and dim and nearly gone, glowing low, drifting slow. Sinking with every long breath a little further down into the warm dark where sleep is already waiting, patient, holding your place. And the quiet keeps deepening. You may notice the thoughts have grown further apart. Where there used to be a stream of them, now there are just a few, drifting by slow and far apart like the last leaves on a slow current, and the spaces between them are getting wider and softer and warmer and darker. Those wide, warm spaces between the last few thoughts, that's where sleep lives. Let yourself rest in the spaces, not the thoughts. Let the next thought come later than the last one, and the one after that later still, until they're so far apart, and so faint and so uninteresting, that one of the wide dark spaces between them simply doesn't end. It just keeps going and going, warm and quiet and boundless, and somewhere in the middle of that space, without any edge to it, without any moment you could point to, you'll already be asleep. There's nothing to reach for now. You've done every bit of this exactly right, just by lying still and letting go, breath by slow breath. Your body is heavy and warm and safe, and already more than halfway gone. The night is holding you, and half the sleeping world beside you, in the same soft dark. And the last thin thread of you that's still up here, still faintly listening, can loosen now too. You don't need to keep listening, you don't need to follow the words. You can let even this voice grow distant and dim and let it go, the way you're letting everything else go, and just slip down past it into the deep, warm quiet that's been waiting under it all along. Down and down, slower, warmer, heavier, almost nothing now, just the low ember and the slow tide of the breath and the wide dark space growing wider, and the night carrying you gently on toward morning, with nothing left to do but let it. And so you let it. There is nothing left to hold and nowhere left to get to, and so the letting go stops being something you do and becomes simply the way things are now, the way the room is dark, the way the covers are warm, the way the breath comes and goes without you. You are not doing any of this anymore. It is being done. The breathing is breathing itself, slow and deep and patient, the way it does every night once you finally stop standing over it. You can hand it back. You can let the breath breathe you in its own time, in its own soft rhythm, and simply be the thing it moves through, warm and hollow and easy. And all around you, without your ever having noticed it happen, the house has gone quiet. Whatever small sounds there were an hour ago, the settling of the walls, the tick of something cooling, the low hum from somewhere in another room, have thinned out and drifted off to the far edge of hearing, and even the ones that remain don't reach you the way they did. They arrive softened, as if wrapped in wool, as if they've traveled a long way through deep water to get to you and lost most of themselves along the way. You don't have to listen to any of it. Sound can happen at the far edge of the dark and never once ask anything of you. Let it stay out there, small and gentle, and none of your concern, while you sink further in toward the middle where it's quietest of all. There is a stillness that lives underneath everything in the deepest hour of the night, and you are settling down into it now. Not a stillness you make, a stillness that was always there, waiting under the noise of the day like the bottom of a lake waits under all its weather. Up on the surface, there's wind and light and motion all day long, every day, but you're not on the surface anymore. You're sinking down through the warm, dark water of the night toward that still floor where nothing moves, where no wind reaches, where the light never comes and never needs to. And the deeper you go, the slower everything becomes, and the slower everything becomes, the safer it feels, until slowness and safety are the same soft thing, and you are wrapped all the way around in both. Feel how the warmth has pooled in you now. It gathered while you weren't watching, low in the belly first, then spreading, filling you the way warm water fills a held cup, unhurried, finding every hollow. It's in your chest now and down the length of both arms, and settled heavy and golden in your legs, and it goes all the way out to the fingertips and the soles of the feet, a slow, even honeyed warmth with no edges to it, no cold place left anywhere for it to have to reach. You are full of it. You are heavy with it. It has the weight that warm things have, the good weight, the weight of a thing that has stopped resisting and let itself be poured completely full, right up to the brim and over, warm and dense and still. And under the warmth, holding all of it, the bed, solid and certain and endlessly patient beneath you, taking every bit of your weight the moment you offer it, and the moment after that, and every moment through the whole long night, never once tiring of it, never once asking you to carry any part of yourself. You could give it more and it would take more. There is no amount of heaviness it cannot hold, so give it everything. Let the last places that are still holding, a little tension behind the eyes, a small held thing in the jaw, some faint bracing along the back you'd stopped even noticing, let them find out one by one that the bed was always going to catch them, and let them stop and hand their weight down and go soft. There is nothing left in you that has to stay awake to keep you safe. The bed has it, the dark has it, the whole quiet night has it, and it will not put you down. Somewhere far off, if you listen, but you don't have to listen, the night is going on without you, gentle and enormous and slow. The great dark turn of the whole world, carrying you along with it, is happening right now beneath your stillness, so smooth and so vast that you can't feel the motion at all, only the deep, held calm of being carried by something far too large to ever tip or hurry. The earth is turning you, and the room, and the whole sleeping half of the world, slowly on toward the far-off morning. Not fast, not now, there's a long way still to go, and all you have to do for the whole of that long, slow crossing is lie here and be carried. The morning is many hours off yet, low beyond the curve of the dark, in no hurry at all to arrive. You have so much night left, an ocean of it. Hours and hours of warm dark still ahead, all of it yours, all of it for resting, and not one thing in any of it that you have to reach or meet or be ready for. Only more dark and more warmth and more of this slow being carried. And you are not the only one being carried. All across that turning dark, in the same deep hour, the quiet company you started the night with is still here, and softer now, most of them. The ones who were awake and afraid when you first closed your eyes have been settling too, one by one, all this while, the way you've been settling. All over the sleeping side of the world, in rooms you'll never see, other tired people who woke too early into the same dark are letting their shoulders down at last, letting the breath go long, sinking toward the same still floor you're sinking toward. You can feel it if you let yourself, not as a crowd, nothing so bright as a crowd, just as a kind of warmth in the enormous dark, a sense of a great many quiet breathing things all easing down together, unhurried, unafraid, each one held exactly the way you're held. You're a part of that. You always were. And the whole soft weight of it is turning, with you inside it, gently on toward the light. Let the breath go longer still. There's no floor to it now, no bottom you have to keep it above. Just let each one out slow and complete, and then wait, easy, in the warm, still pause at the end of it, until the next breath decides on its own to come. You don't have to call it. It knows the way. It has been finding its way in and out of you your whole life long, through every sleep you've ever had, and it will find its way through this one too without a single instruction from you. So stop instructing. Stop even watching. Let the breath fall away behind you into the soft machinery of the body that runs the night while the mind lets go, and turn your attention, what's left of it, gently downward toward the sinking. Because you are still sinking, slowly, the way a leaf finds the bottom of a deep still pool, not falling, nothing so quick as falling, just descending, turning softly through the warm dark, taking all the time in the world, each moment a little lower and a little slower than the one before, with the light growing dimmer above and the stillness growing deeper below, and no bottom in any hurry to meet you. You could sink like this for hours. You have hours. Down through the warm dark, past the last faint currents of the day, past the last soft echoes of thought, down to where it's warmer and darker and stiller than anywhere you've been all night, down to where sleep isn't something coming toward you anymore, but something you're already inside of, already surrounded by, already halfway dissolved into, without any moment where it began. And notice, gently, from very far off, how little of you is left up here to notice anything at all. It's grown so quiet on the surface. The busy part, the watching part, the part that spent the early dark turning things over and over, it's gone dim now, gone small, gone soft at the edges like a lamp turned all the way down to the last thread of glow, the kind of glow you can only see if you look right at it, and even then only barely. You don't have to keep it lit. You don't have to keep anything lit. The dark does the keeping now. You can let that last small thread go dimmer still and dimmer, and trust that everything that matters will still be here in the morning without you having to hold a light to it all night long. Let it go down to almost nothing. Let it go down to nothing. There is nothing here in the warm dark that needs watching. There never was. The blankets are heavy on you in the best way, a slow, even pressing warmth all down the length of you, like the night itself has laid a hand flat and gentle over the whole of you and pressed, softly just enough to say, "Stay, rest, you can stop now." Feel that weight settle you further into the bed with every long breath out, pressing you down and holding you there, warm and covered and safe, the way something small and tired is covered and held so that it can finally, completely let go. You are covered. You are held down into the warmth by the kindest possible weight, and underneath it, you go on softening and softening and sinking, a little lower with each slow breath, into a bed that has become the whole warm floor of the night. There is nothing to solve down here. You may feel the old habit of the mind reach out once more, faint and slow, for something to worry, some familiar rough edge to turn over in the dark. And you can feel, too, how there's almost no strength left in the reaching now, how the hand of it closes on nothing and drifts back down, too heavy and too warm and too far gone to hold onto anything at all. Let it drift back. Whatever it was reaching for is not for tonight. Tonight has room in it for exactly one thing, and that thing is rest, and you are already doing it, already deep in it, already most of the way home. The morning will have its own hands for the morning's things. They are not yours to carry through the dark. Set them down one last time and feel how the setting down has stopped being effortful, how there's nothing left up here even strong enough to pick them back up. Slower now, so much slower. Feel how far apart everything has drifted, how long the warm pause stretches at the end of each breath before the next one comes, how long and soft and boundless those pauses have grown, until it's hard to say anymore where one breath ends and the next begins, hard to say where you end and the warm dark begins, hard to hold onto the edges of anything at all, and easy, so easy to let the edges go. The warmth has no edge. The dark has no edge. The stillness has no edge. And you, sinking down into the middle of all three, are losing yours too, spreading soft and warm and formless into the night, the way warmth spreads into water, until there's no line left anywhere between the resting thing and the rest it's resting in. You are almost not here now, almost all the way down. Just the faintest, warmest weight of you left, sinking still, so slow you can barely tell it's moving, down through the deep still warm toward the place with no bottom and no morning in it yet, no thought in it, no edge in it, no need in it, only warmth and dark, and the slow tide of a breath you no longer have to breathe, carrying what little is left of you the rest of the way down. And that's all there is to do, sink, be carried, grow warm and dim and heavy and far away. Let the dark keep watch. Let the bed hold your weight. Let the whole turning night carry you and the sleeping half of the world beside you, on and gently on through the long dark hours toward a morning that is in no hurry at all to come. You have done nothing but let go, breath by slow breath, and it was exactly, entirely enough, and it is enough still, and there is nothing left ahead of you now but more of the warm, quiet dark, and deeper and softer and slower and further down. And there is nothing you have to do with any of it, nothing to notice, nothing to follow, nothing to keep track of. If the words go on, let them wash over you like the sound of something far off and gentle, a voice from another room, meaning nothing, asking nothing, just a low, warm sound in the dark that you can drift along beside. And if the words fade, let them fade. You don't need them anymore. You never really did. They were only ever a hand to hold on the way down, and you are nearly all the way down now, past the place where anything needs to be said, into the wide quiet where nothing does. So let me grow quieter too. Let the spaces between these words grow longer, and let you slip down into those spaces, into the soft dark between one word and the next, where it's warm and still, and there is nothing at all to do but be here and breathe and sink. Down a little further, into the weight of the bed, into the warmth of the covers, into the dark that has no edge and asks for nothing. You are so heavy now, so warm and heavy and far away, the last small weight of you settling the way a leaf settles onto still water and rests there, held, going nowhere, needing to go nowhere. There is nowhere left to be but here, and here is warm, and here is safe, and here is enough. Feel how the breath goes on without you now, how it doesn't need you to breathe it, how it rises on its own, slow and soft, and falls on its own, slower still, and rests, long and warm, in the pause at the bottom, and then, in its own time, with no help from you at all, begins again. You can let it. You can let all of it. There is nothing here that needs your holding. The night is holding it. The night is holding you. And the whole turning world is out there in the dark, holding on beside you all those others, awake or slipping under like you are, in 1,000 dark rooms, under 1,000 warm covers, each of them setting the day down, each of them going quiet, each of them carried by the same slow tide you're floating on now. You are one small warm weight among so many, all of you drifting the same direction, all of you cared for by the same patient dark. You were never doing this alone. You are not alone now. And you can rest all the way down into that, the way you rest down into the bed, held and among and carried, and not alone. Nothing to solve, nothing to carry, nothing to fix or plan or turn over one more time. All of that belongs to a morning that is still hours and hours away, still far off past the long dark middle of the night, in no hurry at all. And when it comes, it will find its own hands to do its own small things, and none of them are yours tonight. Tonight your only work is finished. It was to lie here and soften and let go, and you have done it, breath by breath, all the way down. There is nothing left to do but stay down. So stay, sink and stay. Let the warmth close gently over you like deep water closing warm and dark above a stone that has finally reached the bottom and come to rest, and does not have to rise, and will not rise, and is glad, in its slow stone way, to simply lie there in the dark and be still. Heavier now, warmer now, slower now. Feel the face let go, the small muscles around the eyes going loose and soft, the brow smoothing flat, the jaw unclenching and dropping just slightly, the tongue resting soft against the floor of the mouth, everything in the face that has been holding all day quietly letting go, quietly going still. And the shoulders dropping back and down into the bed further than you thought they could, and the arms gone heavy and warm and useless in the best of ways, too heavy to lift, too far away to bother lifting, and the hands uncurling, empty, holding nothing, needing to hold nothing ever again tonight. And the chest rising and falling slower, and the belly soft and warm, and the long muscles of the back sinking one by one into the mattress, and the hips settling, and the legs going long and loose and heavy, and the feet warm, falling gently open, pointing nowhere, going nowhere. All of you down, all of you warm, all of you still. There is so much time. The night is long and it is on your side. It is not asking you to hurry or to sleep or to be anything at all, only to lie here in the dark and let it pass over you, hour by slow warm hour, the way the dark passes over the sleeping half of the world, quiet and endless and kind. You have all the time there is. You can spend it here sinking. There is nothing better to spend it on. There is nowhere better to be. And if a thought drifts up, some last thin thread of the day, some worry the mind lifts one more time out of habit, let it drift up and let it drift off, like a wisp of smoke rising off a fire that has almost gone out. You don't have to follow it. You don't have to answer it. You don't have to do anything but watch it thin and pale and come apart in the dark and be gone, while you stay exactly where you are, low and warm and heavy and unmoved, going nowhere, holding nothing, sinking still. Let the mind go quiet the way a house goes quiet at the very end of the night, one light at a time, one room at a time, until there's only the dark left, and the dark is soft, and the dark is friendly, and there is nothing in it to fear and nothing in it to do. Quieter now. Slower. Down. Feel how little is left of the effort of being awake, how thin it's worn, how it slips again and again, and each time you don't catch it, each time you let it slip a little further, down past thinking, down past listening, down past the warm blur of these words into the wide dark underneath where the words don't reach and don't need to. You can let go of the words now, you can let go of the voice. It has walked you as far as it can, and the rest of the way you go alone, softly, into your own sleep, and that's exactly as it should be. Let the sound of it fade to nothing behind you. Let it become just another far-off, gentle thing in the night, no more than the hush of your own breathing, no more than the warm dark itself. There is only the breath now, slow and warm and far away. There is only the weight of you sinking. Only the dark holding. Only the long, kind night carrying you on. Down and down. Warm. Heavy. Still. Nothing to do, nothing to hold, nothing to be. Only this, only here, only the slow, warm dark, and you dissolving softly into the middle of it, further with each breath you no longer have to breathe. So far down now, so quiet, so warm. Let go a little more, and a little more, and let the letting go go too. Rest now. Just rest. The night has you, the dark has you, the bed has you, the whole turning world and everyone quiet in it has you. You are held, you are warm, you are not alone, and there is nothing left to do. Nothing at all. Only sleep, coming up soft and dark and warm to meet you. Let it come. Down, down. Warm and dark and still. Sleep now. Sleep.